again, but it does tend to be with those smaller teams. Second stint here for Toprak Razgatlioglu. 2 fast laps immediately at the start of that second stint, and both of them fastest laps of this session. He's got his fastest time now down to a 1 minute.
Expect to see everything that Jonathan Rea has thrown at Toprak over the course of this weekend. I was speaking to Johnny on the flight over, and he said that this is a very strange situation for him to come into the championship decider without any expectation. He obviously wants to be able to get everything he can from this weekend, but he hasn't given thought to really what it could mean to win the championship. He's just focusing on getting as many points as possible. He hasn't thought about celebrations, he hasn't thought about anything else. He's really just trying to put some pressure on Toprak, get some good results and see what happens. But certainly we do know Toprak's in the driving seat, but you don't want Jonathan Rea to be the man that's chasing you down.
No, but it is an unusual situation for Rea. 6 World Championships, and he's been the leader coming into the final round in all of those 6 seasons.
Yeah, he's gone into that last race. It's a different situation. He also knows what it's like for Toprak, though. This is Toprak's first game, really, with the championship not in doubt. And for Rea, the time in a World Championship decider, and how's he going to react through it? Our fastest lap from him there. He's chipped away a couple of tenths of a second on the basis of what we've seen in free practice 1 so far. Toprak's looking pretty at ease, and another the last couple of laps. So for Toprak, he's looking pretty comfortable right now.
Yes, that we've all taken to make our way here to Indonesia. Saw him in the airport on the way through the international journey, and Toprak looked as relaxed and as happy as he always does. And Razgatlioglu, well, he hasn't shown any signs of cracking mechanicals or misfortune, and I don't suspect that he's going to be an easy under pressure at any stage this season. We've said previously the only retirements have been
Rea is going to have to rely on a bit of misfortune for Toprak, because over the course of this,
he's not to crack for Jonathan Rea this weekend.
No, I think it's going to be really difficult, and even if you think back to the last few years for him, from whenever he started the season, we haven't seen anything from Toprak that would make you think that he would crack under pressure. I think it was Misano was that first time he had a real battle with Jonathan Rea. He does really becoming a front-running rider in 2019 from, doesn't put his foot wrong too often, Toprak. We don't see too many crashes from him. He doesn't panic whenever he's in a real frontline top-tier rider, and Yamaha are going to feel pretty confident in a battle with anyone, and from that sort of point onwards, he's been a...
Jonathan Rea is going to give it everything this weekend to try and maintain that title.
Comfortable that he's the rider that they have in their corner.
Make no mistake, you don't become a 6 times world champion without having that little bit extra when push comes to shove. That said, interesting comments in the pressure to too great an extent, and Perariba say advance of this weekend, where Jonathan Rea talks about not feeling that it looks at the moment as though the championship is out of their hands. It's not mathematically insane, much the same that they don't feel the pressure's on them, and that's because frankly it's to go his way from Toprak, so they don't feel that pressure to too great a hands. 3 wins for Jonathan Rea, and he'd still be relying on results.
But I think for Jonathan, for Perariba, for that Team 60
to an extent, or at least that's what they're saying.
Yeah, that's what they're saying, and the more you say it, the more you believe it. They want to just make sure that they tick all their boxes this weekend, and that's 55 on that side of the Kawasaki pit box. They're definitely going to feel that it's where the experience that they have of working together for so long, because that whole team has been together for 7 years, it does make it where it really is a case of
Razgatlioglu has maintained his form throughout this 2020.
It breeds that confidence that you're going to be able to maintain that form.
Toprak T1 campaign, and although it took him until the 3rd race